Children and Families. This is Jason Julius, middle school principal. Wanted to take a little bit of time to, explain a new procedure that's going to help us with a policy that we've currently had in place. And that's really addressing cell phones. We notice that cell phones can cause a tremendous distraction for our students as we're trying to engage them in the learning process. There's been a tremendous amount of research that's come out. We'll have these posters hanging around the building and in each of the classrooms that kind of explains the why we're actually implementing this procedure, not only here at the middle school, but at the high school. It takes 20 minutes after checking your phone for you to kind of re-engage back into class. Well, a lot of times our classes are 50 minutes or 80 minutes long. That's a tremendous amount of learning loss. So some of the facts that we've really unearthed as we did some research was your brain will work better if you're not constantly checking that phone. And if your brain is not checking the phone, now we can concentrate on the student learning. You'll get better at solving problems as you're engaged into that learning. Really the big reason is we want to increase that academic success. We want our students to be successful. You want your students to be successful, and the students want to be successful. And this policy will help us ensure that. One thing that I noticed here at the middle school, number 4, we're going to hopefully reduce the incidence of bullying. That virtual platform is really hard to police, and a lot of times students can say some unkind things on their cell phones. And so if we can reduce the use of that, that's going to be tremendous. And it's just better mental health. The stress of answering the phone or checking that Snapchat or whatever it happens to be, there's a tremendous amount of anxiety that can go around to really tailoring the message. And we want to make sure our students are really just focused in on their learning. And so those 5 points really led us to create the policy of where students, if they have their phone, if they walk into a classroom, there's going to be those cell phone pockets in which they're going to have to put their phone into during the class time. The real reason, again, is to highlight these 5 things. And so that procedure will be common throughout the middle school. If a student doesn't have a cell phone and they choose to leave it in a locker and it's not an issue, it's not an issue. Really, the big goal here is to enhance student learning. So at the middle school, they can have their cell phones before school and after school. During the school day, cell phones should not be an issue. I know many times parents, you want to get a hold of your child during the day, and that's an important message. You can do that anytime by calling the office. 342-4010. Heidi and Tani would love to take that message, and we will make sure your child gets that message. It doesn't have to be a text. It doesn't have to be that cell phone. And we can make sure we can relay that to you. Okay? Likewise, if they want to call you, we'll give them that permission. The part that I want to make sure parents are aware of, as we go through this new procedure, if students have a hard time with that, we'll collect the phone. The student can get that phone at the end of the day, just like it always has been. But if it happens again, we're going to collect the phone and we're going to call parents. Now the parents have to come in and grab that phone. Okay, if it happens a third time, again, we'll collect the phone. We're going to give you a call. You're going to have to come in, but there's going to be some disciplinary consequences for the child. It could be a detention, whatever it happens to be. By the 4th offense, again, we'll collect the phone. We're going to give you a call. We're going to schedule a meeting, and that child may have to turn in the phone for a duration. They come to school the next day. They're going to have to turn it into the office. Okay, but again, throughout this whole process, you're going to get phone calls as to, yes, please come and get the phone, or what's happening with your child's cell phone. Okay? Really, the big goal is to keep you informed, to make sure students are learning, and we're having success in our classroom.